Union Arena News Alert! Union Arena News Alert! So today we got Producer Message Volume 5. So big news from the producer of Union Arena English, and this will likely make at least a few Union Arena players happy. So first of all, we have the pair ban removed. So this will be starting in November 22nd, 2025. So what is this? So effectively, ever since JJK Volume 1 was released, the 4-cost 1 AP Sukuna was not allowed to be played in your deck if you also had the 2-cost 1 action point UG. So this is what we call a pair ban, or that you could only play one of these cards in your deck, no matter how many other copies you had of the other card. So why was this banned in the first place? The message was that having both of these cards together was too strong in that it allowed you to get to your fingers too consistently. And why was this important? Well, with enough fingers, you can power up your Malevolent Shrine to be able to hit the effects that trigger with multiple fingers in your sideline faster. So now with the pair restriction removed, we'll be looking at decks that you can make. So this is pretty much a standard deck list involving both the 4-cost Sukuna and the 2-cost Yuji. So why does the new Yuji make this deck a little bit better? So let's read his effect. He says, when played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to one Sukuna's finger card among them, and add it to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you added a card to your hand, place one card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So the goal of this is to obviously get more fingers into your hand, but this also pairs well with the 5-cost Sukuna that does pretty much the same thing when rated. So note that if you have played a total of 4 copies of either of these cards, you would have dug pretty much 20 cards deep into your deck looking for those fingers, which gets you pretty close to what you would need to have your Malevolent Shrine be at full power. So note that Malevolent Shrine only really needs 3 fingers to be able to gain the most powerful ability, which is Snipe. And why do we want to be able to get Snipe? Well, effectively, we can give Snipe to either the 5-cost Sukuna or to our 4-cost Sukuna, which already has Impact 1 and 5000 BP. So note that the Malevolent Shrine is also able to give Impact +1 to our Raid Sukuna. So with the inherent Impact 1 of the Sukuna, he goes up to Impact 2. And if you have 2 copies of the Shrine on the field, you can actually tap both to give your Sukuna Impact 3, since you would be giving 2 instances of Impact +1. So in tandem with the Snipe, you're able to knock out an opposing character while dealing 3 damage to their life simultaneously. But wait, that's not all, since we also have more news coming on. In fact, we actually get a new card that is coming out, and that card is a Rukia card. So this card is effectively the quote-unquote overpowered Rukia from Bleach Volume 1 that was not released in the English meta due to Purple Bleach being almost tier 0 in the Japan meta when the set came out. So what is this infamous card? It's basically just a 0 cost that says when sideline, place the top 2 cards of your deck to your sideline. And this card has a draw trigger. So why is this card so infamously strong? Well, it's basically the best raid target for our 4-cost 1 AP Rukia, whose main ability says when played, draw 3 cards, then place 2 cards from your hand into your sideline. So a great filtering ability to get to important pieces that you want, such as your specials or raid cards. More than likely, you will not be using the when sideline ability of your 0-cost Rukia since it will be raided on, but in a pinch, you can always block with the 0-cost Rukia, and then when sideline, that Rukia will mill the top 2 cards of your deck to be able to fuel your synergies. And when does this infamous card release? It will come out after the current set of tournament cards. So basically it will come in the participation packs, and those release starting January 2026. So the release of this card will pretty much be like the 3-cost Asta, which also came in the participation pack, but for this volume of store tournaments. And what decks can we build with the broken 0-cost Rukia? Well, basically, this card fits in with the Renji Rush archetype that we already have. So as you can see, it really allows you to fuel your synergies to be able to either use them for any of the Ichigo raids or allowing your Renji to minus 3000 BP in a pinch. But this card can also work in the new Byakuya build, which got some new cards in the binder. So this card effectively replaces some of the Renji cards. And also a new IP was announced. So this is that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I'm sure there are fans of the show that are pretty happy that they'll be getting this new IP. But not only are we getting this IP, it is that the set will contain both Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Japan set. And I think this is the first time that a release will be doing this. And the main goal is really to be catching up to the Japan meta, since they don't want to be releasing Volume 1 and then releasing Volume 2 a few months from the first release. So in that, it will be the first set with 4 colors, since most regular Volume Volume 1 sets have 3 colors, and this is a fusion of Volume 1 and Volume 2, so the cards included in the set will have cards from 4 colors. And the contents of the set have also been noted in the product page, and notably, nothing will really change in terms of what is included in the booster packs and cases and boxes. So more than likely, you will need more boxes to be able to get a full play set of all the cards in the 4 colors. So for any Volume 1 set that has 3 colors, you usually need about 8 boxes to get a full play set of SRs. So just by math, you would probably be looking at around 11 boxes to be able to get a full play set of cards from 4 colors. Alright, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe for more videos.